It's been 25 years since Richard Daniel came home from a business trip to a quiet house in his tree-lined Rogers neighborhood. He thought his beloved wife Jane was in her dark room creating the beauty she was so very gifted at. Instead, he would discover evil had entered his home and darkness had enveloped a bright light.
She was an artist.
That's me, and my mom painted that of me.
And had great eye, you know, like an artist does. She could take a picture and she would know that that was the right one.
Jane Daniel captured moments.
I've got her all over the house.
These are the photos through which the heart of Jane Daniel continues to beat. But these are the photos that would lead police to her killer. October 12, 1990 was a bright fall day, but he had dark intentions. Entering the Daniels' home, the killer parked his car in their garage. It was full of stolen items from a neighbor, including the loaded .44 caliber Magnum revolver he would soon use to execute the 62-year-old woman who was simply grabbing a quick lunch when her life was snuffed out.
Just was a very nice woman. Really pleasant to be with, and her murder was just unbelievably cruel. But it just bothers me horribly that she must have been terrified, and she didn't deserve that at all.
For Richard Daniel, there have been many quiet moments in the last 25 years, wondering why this mother of four would be so violently taken from her family, shot at point-blank range. But Mr. Daniel does not wonder who.
My view of Don Davis is that he is an evil person who intentionally killed somebody he didn't know and who had never done any harm to him.
Prosecutors believe 27-year-old Don Davis led Jane Daniel through the house, collecting jewelry and camera items they would later recover. Then he marched her to a basement storage room and shot her, execution style, in the back of the head.
Went down into the basement level and found her laying on the floor in a pool of blood.
Oh, it was horrifying. I came driving up and there was 100 police cars. You know, I found my mom was gone.
After the murder, Don Davis bought a one-way bus ticket to Vegas, but not before tipping off his roommates that someone had been killed.
We announced a reward, and they came forward as a result of that.
Within 2 months, Don Davis was behind bars. And within 2 years, he was sentenced to death for the capital murder of Jane Daniel.
I haven't looked at this in a long time.
Time has not stopped for the Daniels family. It only feels like it.
It's as if the trial never ended. He was convicted 23 years ago and sentenced to death.
It's agony. We want an end to this, so we don't have to hear his name ever again.
Don Davis has exhausted all of his appeals. He was scheduled to die in less than 24 hours. And yet again, the family learned litigation will keep Jane Daniels' killer alive.
The case is never over. It just keeps on going and going. It sleeps a while and wakes up again, and sleeps a while and wakes up again.
For the Daniel family, it's the nightmare they cannot wake up from. They are waiting for justice.
Oh, God.
And justice hasn't come.
I mean, I would like to have this over with.
This is a long and painful journey for the family. They're waiting for justice. And tonight it feels as distant as the warm embrace of the gentle woman they loved and lost. Joanne Bauer, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.